The Magicians, A Storm is Coming by Rachel Lawson. I know we've seen better days in the past. I know these better days never last. I pray for better days to come. I am sure we will have some. Days fly by like birds on the wing. Birds come, but why do they never sing? I know we've seen better days in the past. I know these better days never last. I pray for better days to come. I am sure we will have some. Good times come, and they go. Why do they always seem to be long ago? I know we've seen better days in the past. I know these better days never last. I pray for better days to come. I am sure we will have some. I know we've seen better days in the past. I know these better days never last. I pray for better days to come. I am sure we will have some. Sang Detective Constable John Marshal, a young 20-something policeman in a police band somewhere in Melbourne. How was it? Asked the policeman. I've seen better, his bandmate said seriously. He was teasing. Come off it, Lancelot. He was really good, said John's best friend, Sergeant Simon or Reynard Alexander, who was Lance's great-grand-uncle. Lance laughed. You were great as always, my friend, Lance said, beaming. Aw, thanks, Lance, John said happily. Lance was a fan and friend of John from work. Lance wasn't a policeman, he was a superhero, a magician. The Magicians were an eternally young-looking, non-human alien sorcerer's race. Lance was an honorary policeman, which was why he was in the police band. Later that week, Lance and John met again on the scene of a brutal vigilante killing. Lance, is this your work? Asked Lance's father, a local coroner, Dr. Blake Alexander. He was dressed in a tweed suit, a white lab coat, and glasses. He looked very serious. Oh, Dr. Death, lighten up. It wasn't me. I'm not the only vigilante killer in town, said Lance. It looks like the Knight Errant's work. How is the Necromancer's hunt for him going? Asked Blake. He's harder to catch than a cold, Lance moaned. Like you, said Blake. Ha ha ha, Lance said, unamused. What's so funny? Asked John, walking up to them. Bad joke, said Blake. Oh, replied John, who looked at the victim and said, So who did it, Doc? The Knight Errant, he says, said Blake, looking at Lance accusingly. Yes, it wasn't the Necromancer, Lance said, frowning at his father. How do you know? Asked John. I can't see the Necromancer killing this guy, Lance said. Why? Asked John. This is a lawyer, said Lance. A crooked lawyer, said John. Maybe, but he's spotless, said Lance. He worked for the gangs, said John. So what? He's just a lawyer, said Lance. The Necromancer kills only bad people, not any Joe who earns a crust. Very astute, John said, smiling. Simon, the man in charge of the scene, walked to them. Blake, who was it, the Knight or the Necromancer? Asked Simon. The Knight, said John. The enchanter proved it. Oh really? How? Asked Simon curiously. He was a clean skin, said Lance. He was a crooked lawyer, Simon said. Lance wandered off, frustrated, not wanting to explain himself to everyone at the crime scene. Lance was living a double life as the enchanter, a superhero, and he was secretly known as the vigilante killer, the Necromancer, who killed for fate and only bad people. Wonder what got into him, said Simon, watching him leave. He's fed up with playing devil's advocate, said John, smiling. Killers are killers, we have to catch them both. If he doesn't kill today, he'll do it tomorrow, the Necromancer. Simon said, who didn't know Lance's secret. Am I in heaven or hell? I am lost and confused. Is this love? I feel nervous whenever you are near. Is this fear? You are a wonder to me. I'm lost in admiration. I'm lonely when I'm near you. I'm lonely when you're not here. Am I in heaven or hell? I am lost and confused. Is this love? I feel nervous whenever you are near. Is this fear? You speak and I'll jump. You are in control of my mind. I have no will. Your will is mine. Am I in heaven or hell? I am lost and confused. Is this love? I feel nervous whenever you are near. Is this fear? Am I in heaven or hell? I am lost and confused. Is this love? I feel nervous whenever you are near. Is this fear? Sang a handsome young man in black who looked like a star in the next band rehearsal. He was a big-name, famous stage illusionist who dabbled in singing and crime. You are amazing, Blake, John nearly sang. John was a big fan of Blake's. The coroner looked awkward and tried to push up his glasses, which he wasn't wearing. Lance looked blasé. He knew his dad was good. "Hi, boy," Blake said, walking over to his son. "Hi, Dad," said the son. "How's the hunt going?" Blake asked. "He's hard to find. I nearly got him a few times. He nearly got me too, a few times too," Lance said. "Oh, is he hunting you too?" asked Blake. "Yes," said Lance. John walked up to them. "Hi, Lance," said John. "Hi, John," Lance said. "I won't be able to do the concert on the weekend. Can you substitute for me in my song?" asked John. "Okay, John," Lance said. "Hello, Blake," said John, who made Blake nervous. Because he was an awkward fan to be around, as he was perpetually starstruck around him. Blake wanted to leave whenever he met his superfan. John was unaware of it, though. "How is your wife, Belle?" asked Blake thoughtlessly. Lance looked shocked. "I don't know, ask your friend Mortimer. He's the judge of the dead. She was murdered by his son, the Necromancer, 2 years ago," said the angry, crying John. "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know," said Blake, who was secretly Mortimer. He felt like a monster for bringing it up. John stormed off. "Well, at least we lost him," said Lance. Blake stormed off thinking his son was heartless. A month later, the Necromancer was interrupted in a killing. "Let that man go, vampire," shouted a voice. "I'm no vampire. I'm a necromancer, Jack," the masked Necromancer shouted back, killing his victim by chopping off their head with a long sword. "Same thing, Necromancer. Vampire. Both are bloodthirsty killers with neck obsessions," said the rude man. Lance looked furious. He got the joke. His eyes flashed daggers. "What do you want, mate?" said Lance. "You dead," shouted the stranger. "Who do you think you are?" asked Lance, stalking up to his heckler. "The Knight Errant," said the heckler. "You? I've been looking for you," Lance snapped back. "Me too," said the knight. "You've been a very bad man," said Lance. "You've been worse," said the knight. "I kill for fate. I'm not a vigilante lunatic," Lance said. "You are a hitman?" asked the knight. "You could say that," said Lance. "Prepare to die," said the knight. "You too," said Lance darkly. They both had long swords and you're experts with them. They were about to start fighting when something happened. It was a pure accident. The Necromancer said thoughtlessly, "A storm is coming. I smell it in the air." The knight was horrified. "Are you all right?" asked the Necromancer. "Yes, kill you later," the knight said, and disappeared into thin air. Lance was frustrated. He didn't know the knight was a magician. Days later, a man stood singing in a band rehearsal, and the knight stood watching the Necromancer, singing in shock and awe, wishing he wasn't the Necromancer. "A storm is coming. I smell it in the air. A storm is coming, a monster one. I hear the wind and feel the rain. Thunder clashes above me, warning of the storm to come. The rain grows harder and the tempest stronger as it comes. A rising storm that will come as a shock to the world around it. It will bring great destruction in its cruel wake. With the thunder comes lightning, and on the howling winds of change will come shock and awe. A storm is coming. I smell it in the air. A storm is coming, a monster one. I hear the wind and feel the rain. Thunder clashes above me, warning of the storm to come. The rain grows harder and the tempest stronger as it comes. A rising storm that will come as a shock to the world around it. It will bring great destruction in its cruel wake. With the thunder comes lightning, and on the howling winds of change will come shock and awe. A storm is coming. I smell it in the air. A storm is coming, a monster one. I hear the wind and feel the rain. Thunder clashes above me, warning of the storm to come. The rain grows harder and the tempest stronger as it comes. A rising storm that will come as a shock to the world around it. It will bring great destruction in its cruel wake. With the thunder comes lightning, and on the howling winds of change will come shock and awe. A storm is coming. I smell it in the air. A storm is coming, a monster one. I hear the wind and feel the rain. Thunder clashes above me, warning of the storm to come. The rain grows harder and the tempest stronger as it comes. A rising storm that will come as a shock to the world around it. It will bring great destruction in its cruel wake. With the thunder comes lightning, and on the howling winds of change will come shock and awe. The Necromancer sang. The music finished, and the Necromancer asked the knight, "How was I, John?" "Too good," said John. who wished it were he who was his enemy. John liked Lance. He was his friend, but he'd sworn to kill him. "You look like someone killed your cat," said Lance, looking at John. "I don't have a cat," said John. "What's wrong?" asked the necromancer amiably. "I had a shock," said John. "It must have been really bad," Lance said sympathetically, hoping to help his friend. "I found a friend has been lying to me," said John. "Oh really? That is bad," said Lance sadly. "Do I know them?" Lance asked curiously. Lance read his friend's mind as only an enchanter could. "You necromancer," said John in his mind. Lance looked as shocked as John. He realized who John was. He was the knight. Lance's pale ivory skin grew paler, and his blue eyes grew larger. He went on the defensive, trying to protect his bandmates from the killer. The drummer asked Lance what was wrong. "John and I have to go outside to talk," Lance said. "Yes," said John, not wanting to cause a scene either. "It's raining cats and dogs out there. Do you want to go out in this storm? It looks bad," said the bass guitar player. "It is calmer than I am," said Lance, not lying. "John, this must be done storm or no storm." John and Lance went out into the storm, into the wind and rain, fire in their minds and hearts. They knew one of them was about to die, but neither cared because they saw themselves as the one who would live and the one in the right. They knew that in strength and power, both were enchanters and they were equals. They had waited long for this last battle for years, but both felt a little sad and reticent that they had to fight a friend. They had both lost friends and family members to the other, and both wanted to kill the other for vengeance, thinking the other was a dangerous monster. Lance sensed they were not alone, and he was right. They were being watched by someone in the shadows as they fought. Their watcher was a dark, inhuman creature, a grim reaper, a vulture of death waiting to pick up his carrion, the loser of the battle. The watcher was nervous when he watched Lance fumble in a slippery patch of grass and fall. "Get up, boy," it muttered, and Lance fought stronger than before. The rain was hissing down hard on the fighters, who clashed with magic and swords, with skill, and all their strength. Lance was crying as he didn't want to fight with his friend, but the rain masked it, and the reapers smelled his tears. They battled for 10 minutes, both nearly winning the fight, but eventually there was a winner and a loser, and the reaper came to collect the loser who lay dead. The reaper walked sadly to the winner and spoke. "It had to be done," the reaper said to the sad winner who didn't see what happened as a win. "Mortimer, are you taking him yourself?" the winner said to the reaper sadly. "Yes," the reaper King Mortimer said. "I had to see this." "You would," said the winner, disgusted. "I will miss him too. His loss will be a shadow over my life," said Lance. "Why did he have to be him?" "In the end, we all become shadows," Mortimer told his son, the Necromancer. Then Mortimer walked off into the storm, and he disappeared into the shadows of night. Thunder clashed, and he was illuminated for a second by lightning as a shadow, and then he was gone.